hello. Sorry about that, had to reset it. Had to change where the actual camera was set up at. This is the first time I've ever had to restart right there at the actual beginning. I don't think it'll really be that hard. And the blue hearts despawned. Can't use it, but I'm gonna go ahead and grab it just for completion and for the extra geo. It's weird having the health HUD be the regular one. I'm so used to it being silver. Alright. Probably just gonna rush all the base upgrades. And I don't really think I'll do any God Home. Don't get any benefit out of it without the charms.
Let's
go ahead and grab the first map. Gotta unlock a shop is the only thing I actually wanted the map upgrades and map charm. I am gonna run the map charm just because it doesn't do anything in combat at all. Literally just lets you see yourself on the map. Really is a shame to lose out on getting Shaman Stone though. Unlock Sly.
Papa.
Probably go ahead and just grab this grub while I'm here. Might as well. So used to killing them in only 2 hits. I could finally get the spell. It's gonna be the whole run right there. Then the downward dash. Could go straight to Green Path, but I do need to stop by the shop first.
Papanada.
Papanada. There it is. The whole run right there. I don't know why. I honestly feel like starting a new playthrough in Subnautica. Honestly, probably just to platinum it on PlayStation 4, or 5 rather. Already got it on Switch and PC, but gotta have the trophies. Though I do have Below Zero, so I could start that. Kinda sounds like a good time, honestly. grab the bench and the free money. Hey, bud. Doing alright tonight? Crap. It's my own fault. Swap my control scheme so I can have the spell on my right trigger. Hang on. I think I've got one set up that'll do that. Hang on, bug. Nope, I'll have to make a new one. Oh, I'm just running through it. I haven't even got the dash yet. It's really early in the run. I didn't even mean for it to hit me to skip to him, but that works. Still gotta do Hornet, and then go down and get City Crest. Like the first actual upgrade. I had to make it to the city first to be able to upgrade the nail. Song tonight. Feel like this will probably be easier. I love Silksong, but I don't know, it's a lot more comfortable playing Hollow Knight. Sometimes I like to go down through the fog, or whatever it's called. Can't remember. Doing that early to get Queen's Station, so you can just fast travel there early, like right after Hornet. But it's mostly out of convenience. You don't really save any time between runs with it. Yeah. Based. He's got more personality, but I like the, God, I don't want to sound generic. The knight himself has a nice vibe to him. It feels like the difference between playing Dark Souls 1 versus playing Elden Ring. If you condensed Elden Ring into a much more linear experience, and if it had an actual main character that was voiced. Silksong is really good. Honestly, I'd probably give it like an 8.5. The Hollow Knight's definitely just a 10 for me. Ooh, Sekiro's, that game's got an interesting flavor to it. I like it for what it is. I just hate it for how hard it forced me to learn how to play it. Because you can only really play Sekiro one way. And for a lot of people, it's not really fun getting to that point. Like, I gave up after, I was trying to do, I can't remember the name of the ending. It was the bad one, though. And I was on the fight where you're on, it's like right after Owl, but instead you have to fight the old dude, whatever his name is. You fight him. Either, no, you fight the chick, and then you fight him afterwards. And for some reason, I just gave up at that point and never got back around to it. Like, it's a great game. I just don't have the patience in me to sit down and go through that. Because by the time I 100%ed it the first time, it didn't feel like satisfying, I guess. No, we don't save zones in this house. Honestly, it wouldn't be too bad of a time to try to get back into Sekiro now. It's been like a good 7 months, I'd say, since I last played it. But I don't want to force myself to play it just to finish the other route. I'd rather just relearn it and do the actual normal way. I will hand it to him on one thing though, Genichiro is always a really fun fight. At least I think that's his name, if I remember right. Oh man, the fuck Ishin the Sword Saint though. I do not enjoy that. Like, yeah, you can learn to counter everything in his kit if you figure it out. But it got so annoying, I basically fell into the pattern of pray that he follows these specific moveset patterns in the last phase, rather than just learning the whole thing and countering it every time. Because dude, I was so sick of that fight by the end. Yeah, I feel that. Elden Ring felt more fun late game, but at the same time it's not as satisfying, depending on your build, because of what you can get. Like, you can really build it a specific way if you want, but so many of the playstyles are just straight up just better than others, that you feel gimped if you play certain types of ways. Kind of fair. At first, Ishin felt manageable, but after like the first two phases, and then the last one, especially the last one, I was so over it. I like Genichiro because he felt consistent. He has a lot to him, but it doesn't feel unfair. Like, you know exactly what he's about to do. Somehow Genichiro feels faster than Ishin, but he's also a lot more readable, you know? To me, at least. That's just the way it felt for me. I'm going the wrong way. Yeah. One thing I didn't enjoy very much about Sekiro was the way Divine Confetti was managed. Like, I freaking hate being forced to grind out the same enemies over and over, praying for them to finally drop that little consumable so I can go and actually fight some, like, I don't know what the enemies are called. They're like ghosts or whatever. That just always annoyed me. I know you can buy so many from the trader, but after the trader runs out, God forbid, I can't stand farming the same enemies. Honestly, I wouldn't call it a Souls game further than the way the plot's formed. Like, you play as this true vessel or whatever, and you die and you just come back, and there's a cycle going on. I don't know what you would really call the Radiance in Dark Souls, unless that's literally just the flame from the kiln or whatever. But, sorry, hang on. There we go. I don't know, a lot of the story draws like serious parallels with Dark Souls. Which isn't a bad thing. I truly enjoy it. I kind of like the narrow linear storyline that comes in Hollow Knight more than Silk Songs. Although I do appreciate a lot of the characters more in Silk Song. I would call Hollow Knight just a Metroidvania, honestly. More like in line with Mega Man X games. Sorry, not Mega Man X, Mega Man Zero. So if you actually go back and play the Zero games, they fall a bit more in line than a Metroidvania game does. Not in mechanics or anything, mainly just in progression. I don't need to go this way. That's just the lake. Oh, you're in the beginning of Elden Ring? There's a lot to that game. It's not a bad game by any means. Certain parts of it take me off more than others. Mainly, oh lord. There's like 2 bosses in the base game that piss me off. And then really only, I would say 1 in the DLC that I cannot stand, and it's exactly who you think it is, unless you've been spoiled, or unless you haven't been spoiled on it. And if you haven't, you're a very lucky man to not know what's coming. Because oh my god, I hate the way they inflated the stats. I wouldn't mind gathering up all the Earth Tree seeds so much if at least when I maxed out the seeds and I went into the fight, I felt, how do you phrase this without spoiling it? You can be super busted strong or whatever and go into the fight, but no matter how many Earth Tree blessings you have, if you don't know how to dodge well and iframe through specific attacks, you're just gonna get shit on. And that was like my least favorite part. But alternatively, you can have none of the Earth Tree seeds, and if you're just a god and understand the iframes at that one fight, you can not breeze through it, but you'll get through it without taking damage, if you're that crazy. It would take a year, but you would do it. For most of the game, I would probably just call Sekiro harder than Elden Ring, if I'm being honest with you, but some of, fuck, I should have just sat there and healed. It's my own fault. Well, to be fair, early on in Elden Ring, it can be rough if you don't dump points into Vigor. I made that mistake my first time. I was of the mindset where you always want to get as much damage as possible early on to make the game easier. In an Elden Ring, that's just not the case. I'm trying to remember the name of that place. It's like Stormvale or some crap. You can't really go through the front gate if I remember right. I think you have to find a path that's on the side of it. Like, you can run up to it, and you can go into a room and find a way out through there. Or you can just go back out and around the way that the NPC tells you not to go. And you can also go that way, but it's kind of harder. So that's really the two options to get through it. Either way though, you can come back at the other side of it and actually open the front door of it. That sounds like, what's his name that grabbed it? Can't remember it. He looks wild, big cloak, a bunch of arms or whatever you want to call him. He's a good fight. I really like his boss. It can be a pain though if you're not like, if you, I'm fucking up. It can be a pain if you don't get used to his attack patterns though. Some of them are really abusable though if you just wait and let him, if you draw it out and let him attack specific ways, he's pretty exploitable. But he's also got some crazy iframes on a lot of his attacks. Those are the ones you really don't want to try to punish. He was the first hurdle I had when that was when I realized I need some more vitality. Something the Graf did, I believe, but he's like the first mandatory main boss. Like no matter what, you have to beat him. Honestly, he's a lot easier to stagger than he appears. Like if there's a second phase, and you'll definitely know when the second phase starts. But if you just run up to him and you start spamming his face with well, it kind of depends on the weapon you're using. But right after the second phase starts, while he's doing his animations and whatever you want to call them, if you have to like jump to where you're swinging and it's hitting his face. And if you jump enough and spam him with jumping heavy attacks, it'll stagger him. You can poise break him and punish that way. It's really strong. Like doing that is almost enough to you do that, punish it, and then start swinging on him as much as you can, do DPS, and it should be enough to kill him, like right after the phase starts. Unless you use magic. If you mainly use magic, I have no idea what to tell you. Not that it's bad. I've just never been a real magic user in many of the Souls games, and I don't really know how you, how the flow of combat goes when you want to go about it that way. I don't know what the voice breaks are like. Yeah, it used to annoy me because you can get to the bubble area super early, but you can't progress through it till late game when you get the shake dash. Because you have to have that to actually go through and get the map. So unless you have it memorized, you don't know where you're really going there. You can't get the map for it. You get that upgrade, so. I'm going the wrong way. Oh, the little mushroom people. Dude, parrying's just hard, honestly. Like, I'm not too great at it either. Ow. It's weird to say it, but it really feels like parrying in Sekiro's a lot easier than parrying in, like, I don't want to say in the Dark Souls series, but it's definitely easier than parrying in Elden Ring. I don't need to go this way. I need to just go straight to the Mantis Lords, so I can go to the city. Yeah. Like, you can't get a ton of the benefit like you do in Sekiro. Like, you won't be able to punish as much with the parries. But it does negate a ton of the damage, which is actually pretty useful. I think this is the wrong way. That's the dream fight in that room. There's cloth. At least the katanas are great in Elden Ring. I don't think I ever felt like anything in the game was actually abusable or broken when I used it till I got a hold of Bloodhound Fang. I'm one of those players of that mindset. Somehow I still really enjoy using Bloodhound Fang. I find it a fun weapon to use. For me, it feels like a more fair version of curved greatswords were in Dark Souls 3. Like, it doesn't feel stupid broken, even though it is, but it doesn't feel as stupid broken as curved greatswords did in Dark Souls 3, is what I'm trying to say. Oh, I agree. I love the Sisters of Battle even more, because you get to fight 3 of them at the same time. The best fights in the best boss fights in the game tend to be the ones that feel like a kind of like a dance. Like you have to wait for their move and then you punish, rather than you have to just wail on them in between set actions they take. A lot of the bosses like Nightmare King Grim specifically are like that. It's really fun. Ones that are kind of like that but not really and like to run away and dick around are annoying for me because I like to be able to be consistent with a boss and not have to wait for them to teleport back into the ring to be able to keep fighting them. I hate that. Feels like it's just procrastinating the boss fight. That's why, like, some bosses like Soul Tyrant, they're fun to fight, but they're also really annoying to me. Like, I can't stand when you run up to a boss, hit it one time, and then they just depart to the other side of the screen. So you run back to them while they're charging their attack, you hit them one more time, and they fucking teleport away again. That's just never been fun for me to deal with. I'd rather them constantly be lobbing stuff at me to dodge, or for me to punish or something. Just don't run from the freaking fight. That sucks every time to me. A lot of the boss fights in Silksong are pretty good. Like, they do feel like an upgrade for some, like 30% of the boss fights that are in Hollow Knight. But I can't stand the mindset the game gets of this mob rush, where every big fight that's already challenging enough has to not just have one minion that he spawns with him, but this reoccurring trend where every big boss has to have two little regular mob minions that fight with it at the same time. They usually keep respawning. And while the boss is also dealing 2 hearts of damage every time. That annoys the hell out of me. Honestly, I've really loved fighting the Radiants too. It's nowhere near as hard as it used to be, but it is a satisfying fight. It's one of the best ones where you have to sit there and actually just focus more on dodging the enemy attacks while you wail on them, rather than hit and then they dodge. Like, I remember getting to the end of Silksong, getting the first regular ending, and I was confused because it just felt like it felt just like an easier version of Radiance. But that was because I didn't unlock Act 3 the first time I played it. And it wasn't actually the final boss. Oh, I used to as well, don't worry. It's not that I'm super good at Hollow Knight, it's that I've just played it way too much and know it. Like, I understand what the enemy, or the area is gonna have in it. Like this freaking door that takes ridiculously long right here to unlock for no reason. Or the next freaking room where you drop in right here and you open 3 doors on each side that you're never gonna use. Like, not even once. There's one door you'll ever use, and it's the one at the first one at the top left after you exit the ring the first time, because it leads into Mark of Pride, that chest with all the loot, a bench. I think that's all of it. It's just a weird area. It makes it feel bigger, like it has more to it, when this area really doesn't. It's just a bunch of spikes, a little bit of geo, and a couple of little mobs on each side. Feels like it's long to be long. About messed it up because for some reason I still have the muscle memory like I had the extra jump. I like killing him from under the little floor right there. I'll show you. Wanted to save that up for a heal. There you go. Love this fight. I'm rusty. That's rare. I almost never get to hit her 3 times when she's on the wall right there. I'm also used to using like Long Claw or Shaman Stone while I'm here. Yeah. You can kill a lot of the mobs you wouldn't expect if your nail is long enough to reach them while you're under their floor. When they do that dash right there where they both go at the same time, if you just jump up in the middle and do a downward swipe, you'll hit them both. It's pretty convenient. Well, that time they're only connected with the one on the right. That's alright. Alright, I think one more combo should go. Yep. Like how you can pogo that right there even though the floor is shut. Yeah, they're honestly they are a tough fight doing sister battles, especially the first time. The only really good like strategy is just really focusing on doing the most amount of damage you can to them as fast as possible, because you're not going to be able to single one out, period, because they come in and out so fast. But as long as you can knock one out before you're completely dead, you're fine. Because then it's just the last two, and it's just like fighting the regular version of the fight. I think you can hit this guy through the floor as well. Yeah. So if it's about that thick, you can hit it without any charm upgrades for length. Honestly, the only thing I can really spend any of this geo on is nail upgrades. Nail upgrades, hearts, and whatever that essence pool meter thing is called. You know, I'm going back because I never actually go up the middle way right here to take that shortcut, and I want to see if it's faster getting to the city. Like, I always forget you can go this way. A little hole in the roof. I think there's a Wanderer's notebook right here. Journal? Yeah. I think there's a shortcut to the fungal core too right there, but I don't need to go there yet. Okay, yeah, this is a bit more convenient. I don't know about faster, but it's less annoying than running back through the Manus Village to get out to the city. Like my favorite game ever? Or based by genre? What's the stipulation of the question? Like if it had to be my favorite of all time, honestly it's probably Guitar Hero. I've always loved Guitar Hero. If I had to name some of my like top 5 games, it'd definitely be like Hollow Knight would be in there. Maybe Warframe, even though that's a much different beast. For difficult games. I don't know if I would necessarily name it difficult, but S rank in every mission was. I'd probably put the Phantom Pain. I can't get enough of Metal Gear Solid 5. Really like that. Let me think. I'm trying to think of other games that I've played recently that are pretty hard. Like, I love Sekiro, but I don't know if I would put it on the list, because by the time I got used to it and actually played a ton of it, I was just sick of it. I don't know if you've ever played it, it's a weird one. But like old Dynasty Warriors 3. That's gotta be one of my favorite games, and they're finally remastering it. But the enemy scaling in that game is fantastic. I like the Souls series a lot, but see, Dark Souls 3 is nowhere near as hard as, like, I would say 1 or 2 can be. Well, that's a lie. I would say Dark Souls 1's probably a bit easier, but definitely not 2. But I don't love Dark Souls 2 like I love 3 or 1. It kind of leaves a bad taste in my mouth after a while. But I definitely love, I do love 3.
Ranjo Stenja.
I like a fun game where you can still make a build and play it how you actually want to, you know?
Jonsha.
Which isn't really, doesn't feel like you can do that as much in a game like Silk Song. Like it feels difficult to a point where I'm already struggling, so I'll fall back on a specific, like crest or a movement set. And if I'm already doing that, then I'm only going to be using specific tools, you know. So I'm already railroaded into a specific play style at that point. Since which is a skill issue, because if I was good enough, I wouldn't have to fall back on that, but that's just the way it is for me. can't really have that problem on Hollow Knight though, because you can't change your combos. You can only change the frame data and not attack speed. You know, I've always wondered what it would be like to try Overcharmed. Like, early on it's rough, but I just don't know a situation where like actually running Overcharmed is actually worth it. Like, you can get some decent benefits, but I just don't feel like it would be enough, especially early on, to justify running it. It would be fun. I don't know if it would be a worthy investment. I guess it would be interesting to try to max out your range and attack speed, but that's just the first thing that comes to mind because I really like doing a melee playstyle more. That or maybe a follower build would be fun on Overcharmed. I guess that would make a little bit more sense because you could do, you could run like a bunch of hive and minion damage, and then you could do your best to bob and weave through the area and not get hit, especially since you're taking double damage. Would be interesting running Grimchild too on that. I wish I had actually had a playthrough where I stuck with Grimchild towards the end. Like, it's always fun to get it. I love doing the DLC, finishing it with Grim, but afterwards I'm never like, oh, thank God, I can't wait to leave Grimchild on now. Not just because of how expensive it actually is, but it doesn't really feel like super effective. In fact, half the time it seems like it just aggroes enemies that I don't want it to. Like if I'm just trying to run past an area.
Opal. Velmi Ardred. Velmi Ardred.
Although I guess you could try to balance it out and do like get I don't know what's it called. The one where you get a ton of the blue hearts. You could try to do a super tank build. Even though you're taking double damage to get as much HP as possible. Although you wouldn't really end up with any benefit that way. It would just be kind of... what's the word? I don't think it's counterintuitive. What is the word? Maybe pointless, I guess. Trying to get a ton of HP even though you take double damage, so you're not really getting any benefit. And you're not doing anything extra as far as the build. You're just using space to use space at that point in the charm slots. Get these guys through the floor too. Yeah. I mean, it's cool to get it. I like it forcing you to actually have to do a full run back through the map and have a little quest line. But I never really use it, or the other... God, I can't remember the name of that charm you can get if you go the other way and help a accordion bug man out. Can't even remember what his does. It's something with HP, I believe. But I never run it either. Because I always end up wanting to fight Grim a lot more. Then I would prefer getting that other guy's charm. I think the only time I ever sat down and actually got it was just because I wanted to get the achievement. I don't think that's the right way. I think it's like one more floor up. It is. Always forget. always find it weird how, like, right after you get right here, there's, like, 2 ways to get straight back to, or is it 3? I can't remember, honestly. I think you have to get the downward plunging attack spell to actually get back out the gateway and, like, plunge through the ground there, but as soon as you get up here and deal with the Soul Tyrant, you can just take the elevator back up to, the first place, or you can just open the stag station and get right back out that way. Like, I remember the first time playing the game, it felt like you feel so trapped as soon as you get in here because it shuts and you have no idea where to go. When in reality, you just get up here and beat the first boss, and there's like 3 ways you can go anywhere. Just had to know. I need to open that. I don't think I ever gain any pleasure out of going through the royal sewers, whatever they're called. And it's not even the layout necessarily that's the worst part, it's definitely the soundscape. Like, even the first time I was playing the game, I got so sick of hearing the sucking sounds. And it, like, reverberates because it tries to make it sound like you're actually in plumbing, so it just makes it that much worse. I do want to run back real quick, because I still need to open that front door to the stag station in Durmouth. I also completely forgot to free Greta. That's what I get for taking the other way out from Sisters of Battle. That's understandable. At this point, it feels hard for me to get nostalgic about it because I play it too much. I'm not burnt out on it necessarily. It's just I fall into like the thought process of how do I actually want to play it the next time. Feels like most of the fun comes from planning the layout, knowing which place you want to go to next to save time. Like, I don't really do the speed run, but it feels like that's the most satisfying portion of the run, because the rest of it's just muscle memory. I don't need any of that. It's crazy that it is a 9-year-old game, though. I think that's the right math. 2017. Yeah, that's 9 years. I remember I bought it for like, I think it was on my Switch. It was like 20 bucks. I did not know what I was getting myself in for. I got super lost the first time too at the Crystal Peaks. Crystal Peaks gotta have my favorite OST in the game. Especially when they have the drums going. I think it's like right after you start doing the actual traversal challenges. My favorite. does have a really good soundscape to it. One of my favorite sounds is when you pogo off of like the nails. That or using the descending dart. I always really like the way it sounds when you actually hit the ground. Should probably play it again, honestly. It's a good time. Odd man. There it goes. These guys are annoying without Shaman Stone. That or the extra reach. So you don't have to get like right on top of them to actually melee them. It's fun to sit back and actually go back through it because you can reach the City of Tears like pretty easily within 2 hours as long as you know the route to take. Like you never really had to farm for anything in the game. Please don't shoot. Those are definitely one of the enemies I hate fighting. Not because they're hard to dodge, but because they're hard to reach. And sometimes they can annoy the heck out of me when they spawn that little ghost thing after you beat them. Honestly, that's not too bad. That one you usually just use it for extra soul or whatever you want to call it to heal up after you fight them. I love the organ that plays in this area. This guy's never felt like a boss. Sucks not having long nail for this. Or hell, Marker Pride. Even better. Got me thinking it might be fun to sit down and replay Elden Ring. I would say Sekiro, but that that would not be as fun of a time. Elden Ring is hard to not like fall back into using the same weapons and strategies. I always have a really fun time using the greatsword, the giant hunt specifically. Like that one's always really comfortable and fun for me to use. Alright, these guys are being scumbags. My brother in Christ. Come down here. Now these are fun guys to fight. I love when they just run. That's my favorite. staggered from the long fall. They're annoying, but it's just much more annoying when you don't have the extra reach from a long nail. Like, they're not even super tanky. They have like one more hit than the regular soldiers, but they just flee so much. I used to struggle bad with this guy. Like, dude, it probably took me 2 hours the first time I ever beat him. I don't know how. I think it was, like when he summons the little spinning things that go around him. For some reason, that always used to trip me up bad. Like that. Now it's like, it's super abusable. There we go. Now you're a goner. The only part that can never be annoying to me is when he, in the second phase, if you don't spam him enough, kill him in time after he gets done bombing the whole screen. If he, when he'll start repeating the same cycle. This right here is what annoys me. If you don't kill him fast enough, he starts spamming this a second time. You just have to wait. Yeah, I've played Silk Songs. Streamed it a good bit. Nowhere near as much as Hollow Knight though. I haven't found, I haven't done Act 3 though yet. That's like a big thing, so I haven't technically completed it. I like him, he's just annoying. I love the downward dive specifically because all the, there's so many attacks in the game that you can just iframe through by using it. Little flowing ones remind me a lot of Boos from Super Mario World, except they don't run when you just look at them. It's another really fun 2D game I played too much of. My big habit is going straight through this room and running smack into this next guy that appears. I have to try really hard to not run into that guy. Could just go straight through the sewers. Get that out of the way.
Velmi Artred.
Give me the money.
Velmi Artred. Velmi Artred. Opal. Helmadilka.
Truly wish you could spam through his dialogues faster. Or at least sell in bulk. Kinda asking to have a bedtime going here without the twice upgraded nail and more HP. No, I don't need anything from him. He just wants the eggs. Couldn't remember if that was the acid or not, honestly. Oh, that's the most pleasant sound I ever heard in my life. It's the first time I ever took this specific way to get to Dung Defender. It's really weird. Usually I don't even fall down that first hole, I just hug the rat and go up. Dung Defender's fun, but he's like super easy. Whereas White Defender hurts my soul. I can't stand fighting White Defender.
Doma, Doma! Was?
Surprised he hasn't raged yet. Get a bluff. This is like the longest fight I've ever had with him. I'm not used to doing this little amount of damage. Dude, he's almost always over in like 7 seconds flat and got him with the charms and everything. That was not the case there. Not the poo-poo room. Ah, I forgot. I gotta do Crystal Peak next. He is pretty basic. I think he's one of the fun bosses to figure out that you can just knock him out of the ground by using the plunging attack. You don't really get that a lot. Mostly with the bosses, when you do the plunging attack, it's just the eye freak through their attacks. But with him, it actually just stops the whole phase of his fight. And I can appreciate that. But not White Defender. White Defender doesn't give a damn about anything. Before I go back to Crystal Peak, I do need to go the opposite way because I gotta open up King's Station. I want to see if I can do this shortcut. It's like one of these little pillars right here. You can pogo it, but I don't know if you can do the pogo without long nail and still reach up there. Ah, damn it. I could have got it. I could have, but I forgot you have to use your claw grip and jump off it as soon as you touch. Oh well. Didn't need to go up there early anyway, I just wanted to see if I could hit the trick. It would take me a month to kill one of them. Oh yeah, his using Vengeful Spirits really makes it a lot easier when he's throwing the balls and everything. Honestly, I'm not the best at timing it. Like, I prefer just avoiding the balls and saving it for downward dashes. But it is faster to use Vengeful Spirit and break the balls and damage him at the same time by timing it for like right when the ball hits the ground after he throws it. It's just one of the attacks I have bad timing with. That in this corner right here, I hate. There we go. Sometimes it takes me forever to hit that lip. Alright, I think I have enough. I gotta buy the lamp. Go into Crystal. Dash. Then I could do Foxkin or whatever his name is. Then you can go back to the outer edge, fight Hornet, get the crest, go down, get the Shade Dash, then do the Dreamers. And then do the Hollow Knight, then the Radiance. I need Koala. Oh, dude. Doing, Steel Soul 112% is fun, but it's easy, like late game after you reach it, but I don't know if I have the conviction to sit and do it, no nail upgrade. That's tough. Maybe with charms, but didn't they, I remember reading in there was a, like, it was on Reddit, there was a community post about how they were updating the Steel Path in Silksong, making it to where you couldn't quit out, and then just reload at the last bench, making it to where you couldn't cheese Steel Soul in Silksong, and I thought that was really funny, because that was one of the only saving graces I would have had to actually be able to play Silksong in Steel Path mode, and they took it. You can't save Scum now. And that's so rough for me. I'm not good at that game like that. Why am I going the wrong way? I know it's technically slightly bigger, but for some reason Silksong just doesn't feel like... It feels as big as Hollow Knight, but to me it doesn't feel bigger. I know it slightly is, but for some reason the layout and how fast you move in combat, it doesn't feel like it is to me. Which isn't a bad thing, it's just unusual because you spend so much of the game just trying to go straight up. And the only time you're not going straight up is when you're moving either straight left or right across the entire map, waiting for your next opportunity to go straight back up. Till Act 3, which I haven't reached, and where you start going straight down. It's a weird bob and flow. I like how in with Hollow Knight it feels more like branching paths where you can choose if you want to go you want to go up, you can go there if you have the upgrade, or if you want to go down to get the other side objective or an upgrade, you can do that too. And poor Mila has COVID now. But I do prefer the progression a lot more in Hollow Knight. Silksong's fine. Honestly, it feels more like skill checks rather than figuring out which path you want to take based on the upgrades you get. Yeah, you're not wrong, actually. Oh, that's some good OST. Oh, I don't have the lantern. I'm tripping. I don't know why, but I used to have some genuine struggle with the crushing puzzle thingy. Like, for some reason, 40% of the time when I come in here, I end up falling to the Dreamers before I actually get to the Crystal Dash. Because for some reason I always end up taking the wrong path. Ah, I need to get that grub. If only you could break it right there. Tell you what, I do like using the wrong button. I like using the Wanderer crest in Silksong, but I don't like using it without the long nail or long claw, whichever it's called. I like being able to pogo and play like it's Hollow Knight, but the range is so short that I struggle with it. Not looking. What's Farewell on Celeste? Is that the game Celeste? Oh, it sure is optional. I think the first time I beat the game I was using the, can't remember if it was Beast or Reaper. It was whichever one lets you, knock extra focus or whatever it's called out of the enemies after you hit them. I'm about to get clipped, I think. Like, it's definitely not the best, but it was the one that felt the, easiest, I guess. Like, for some reason the straightforward attacks to left and right felt like consistent, even though the downward pogo wasn't as good to me. Ah, okay. I have Celeste, I've never actually tried it personally though. Seems pretty fun. I was either gonna try that one or I think it's called like Solaris or some crap. It's another Metroidvania that looked interesting, but I haven't installed it and played it yet. It's got like a very tropical color palette. whereas Celeste is more like 8-bit. That, and I always wondered how good Ori and the Blind Forest was. That seemed like a fun one. 1 second. See, that's interesting, because I don't even know how the combat in Celeste actually works. Like, I have a very limited knowledge of that game. I assumed it was more like puzzles than platforming, but I could be wrong. Ow. This is why I always end up going to the freaking Dreamers first, because if you go to the right, it falls down out that path. You go back and go up, leads to Dash. I'll tell you what, I'll try Celeste sometime. It goes on sale for a lot, honestly. I usually do buy DLC for the games if I enjoy them. So it'd probably be a fun game to platinum and suffer through.
Goa, nudo aila Mac.
Oh, okay. I'm assuming it compensates for like gimmicks where you have a puzzle in the middle of the platforming where you have to like avoid the damage in certain ways by using tools. Also, I like doing this little skip right here. Throw it. I could have did it that way. Throw it one more time. Could have did it that time too. I just got a dash. There we go. Yeah, you can reach the top without the double jump doing it that way. But I can't really get much out of it if I go early. I hate those little things. Well, at least it's included if you do want to play it then. I enjoy watching a lot of speed runs of games that I actually play. Mainly because it's fun. I like watching the speed run, but I also like learning the tactics that everyone uses to go faster and be more efficient through the game. So I'm curious to see how well they do in the DLC. Does it have a tracker for deaths as well? I can appreciate when games do that. It's one of the... It doesn't happen as much on Hades, but it is included. I like being able to check all the specific stats for a run. You can do it on Hollow Knight, but not until the very end. I should have been doing this run on Steel Path, man. I couldn't do it. My favorite blindfolded runs are the Super Mario 64 ones. I just don't understand how people, I know why people like speedrunning. I like it too. You just gotta be some kind of, you gotta be a maniac to actually sit down and actually learn the techniques and being able to successfully do it all blindfolded. God, there's so much movement too in everything in Silksong. I couldn't get through the map if there were no enemies blindfolded, let alone play the whole game and actually do it that way. Oh, the wrong way. Shouldn't hesitate. Yeah, I can believe that. People were, I liked following the channel that was like, it was doing a timer on YouTube and every day it would take up one on days with no Silksong. I was following that one for a while. Then it finally did come out and he stopped updating. Honestly, my favorite channel overall for anything speedrunning has got to be, oh crap, what's his name? I almost said Apollo Legend, but that one's really old and he passed away. Summoning Salt. God, that's one of my favorite men. I can't get enough Summoning Salt videos, dude. Alright, bud. I'll see you later. You have a good night. Oh, I know. I was out of a spell meter or whatever, so I didn't bother with him. The only time I ever really bothered to actually kill him is if I'm updating the bestiary. Other than that, I kind of leave him alone. I'm gonna go ahead and get the dream nail. Not bragging about it, but I have a lot of, I take pride in the fact that I can beat the White Palace, not Path of Pain, just the White Palace, in about, I think, right under 25 minutes. It took me a while to get really used to running the routes. I might be able to do it faster now, but being able to do it that fast makes me happy. That doesn't stress me out getting to that place anymore. Literally the only part in the whole thing that's any kind of difficult is the little spear timing puzzles where you have to dash, walk a step forward, and then you can hold the crystal dash and go the rest of the way. Other than that, the rest of the place is a complete cakewalk. Especially with the Dream Nail. You can just, rather than killing the regular citizens or whatever they're called, just use a Dream Nail, restore all of your HP, and do it that way, rather than killing them and losing out on all the extra spell juice. Oh, it's at the bottom. Okay. Bindings and got home. I did some of the, I was doing them like one at a time on a regular playthrough, but I don't think I've sat down and actually finished all of them. Honestly, it's pretty rough fight around the, I can't remember which binding I was trying to do, but it was in the Pantheon of the Night, and someone was giving me hell. I think it was, it wasn't the Charmless lock. It was one of them, and I think I stopped there and gave up for a little bit. I think I've only done, I did Steel Path, Absolute Radiance one time on stream so far. I do want to finish it again. I've still got the save file on here, I just haven't completed it yet. I'm at the last Pantheon for it. I get to like, what ended me last time? I think it was Nightmare King Grim got me last run. Just haven't done another stream for it yet. Oh, dude. It's really hard doing them all together at the same time. I don't have the, like, it's possible, but that's such an endeavor. I do wish, I've always thought that you should get, like, a specific, like, cosmetic reward for beating it on Steel Path or doing all bindings, or anything like that, really. Give a different cape, or, like, a different tinted helmet for the night, just something as a reward for beating it. Like, yeah, you do the, I guess if you do the Still Soul mode, you get that final cutscene after the Radiance, but that's about the only reward you get, other than the main menu theme. Well, actually, you get the main menu theme whether you beat the true ending or not, just beat it on Steel Soul and you get it. I do wish that you got any kind of cosmetic for the game. It's like the only thing the game's actually lacking. Oh yeah. I think they, don't they all start glowing after you beat the specific one anyway? I'm going the right way. Nope. This ain't worth it. I need to just get the lantern. Usually I stumble into the dreamers, but not this time, I guess. guess I could go the regular way. Sucks that you can't interact with this toll booth unless the lights are on, like with the lantern. I don't think I can get back up that way. I sure can't. Gotta go down to the right and back up. Could get the charm, but can't use it, so I'm not really gonna bother with it. Oh, I didn't know they actually changed the gold shimmer of it, doing it that way. That's kind of cool. I tried a few times trying to get the, trying to do the Pantheon with all of them on, but it takes a better man than me. Maybe one day if I get more patient. I'll get the grub. I've lost like 2 Steel Soul runs to this room, just because I came in here without enough HP. And those little guys were being scumbags. Imposter. Still gonna kill him though. So tanky without the upgrades. Ah, you're like that then. An OCD. Ah, almost did it. Let me grab that lantern. Feels really weird not having the dream now available. Alright, bud. Good night. Yeah, I'm probably not gonna stream too much longer. It's like 2 in the morning here. I gotta work again today. Probably make it to the outer edge and then call it there. Finish the rest up later. Definitely finish it in the next stream though. Might not finish God Home in this one, but you gotta finish on Still Soul. This one I kinda just want to get through as fast as possible. Thank you for the tips though. I do appreciate information.
Make him no coochie.
I'll have to check out Celeste too. I need one friggin' Geo. Come on now. Thank you. Bruh. I never realized there's a waterfall bank right behind in the background. It's kinda cool.
Oh, no Tony.
Maybe if I get 800 G, I can grab the Sword Master art while I'm here. Damn, they're tanky, dude. Was it 3 hits for y'all? You're gonna hit me 3 times. No, it's 4 for them. Gotta love a primal aspid. I bet these giant hoppers take like 6. Employ my secret weapon. Not quite. It'll still work though. I do it just like that. Can't buy it yet though. Unfortunate. I think I can open the secret path though. Damn. Fighting them feels like an investment of how long you want to sit there and just wail on them before they finally stop hopping. I don't think I've honestly ever come to this area and been so weak that it took 4 full swings to actually kill just one of these guys. Like usually that's how many swings it takes to kill these ones. Not just any primal. Six to kill one little hopper. Dude, that's rough. expect for him to just turn right there. I'm really drawing a blank. I can't remember what this leads to. I don't think it leads out to the little B area that has a focus slash. I guess I'm in the abyss, which is kind of cool. Bro, I'm not kidding. I've never seen this room. Dude, that is freaking sick. I don't think there's anything else, but I've just never found this. I'm not even mad it was just Geo. I just can't believe there was something I hadn't seen. Damn, dude. Oh, I'm sure glad I went that way. I would have never found that. I don't know what killed the giant hopper either. That's a lot of HP. Come on down here, little fella. Oh god, they can come in. Sure is effective though. How many for y'all? 3. The tanky ass bee. Ah, my favorite. Well, one of my favorite charms in the game. Ooh, I can buy the Swordmaster art, actually. Ah, I can afford it because I found that underground place. It's sick.
To sta jugando.
Oh yeah, that'll be a good place to stop too for that. Nice. Almost never use dash slash, but I'm gonna grab it anyway. Specifically because I want Nailmaster,
Vamos.
Ah, crap, I can't even use that charm. Guess I'm just tripping. I'm so used to unlocking everything. It's pretty good progress. Let's check. See what the time is. Probably right at 2 hours, I think. Yeah, 2 hours, 4 minutes. Not bad. That's a good pace, honestly. Alright, well, I'm gonna call it there for the night. Try to do another stream tomorrow night, too. Ow. Alright, well, thank you for watching.